Okay, so real question. Have you ever woken up on a Monday morning, stared at the ceiling, and thought, what am I even doing with my life?
Only every single Monday for the past 3 years.
Right? Like you get up, you make your coffee, you sit down, and somewhere between the first sip and putting on your shoes, you think, is this it? Is this really what I am supposed to be doing?
And then you go to work anyway because, well, bills.
Bills do not care about your purpose. They just arrive.
Every month. Very punctual.
But that feeling, that quiet little voice that says something is missing, that is what we are talking about today. And if you have felt that, you are in exactly the right place.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Mr. English Podcast. I am James.
And I'm Emma, and today we are talking about something that almost everyone thinks about, but very few people actually talk about honestly.
How to find your purpose in life. And more importantly, how to actually make it happen, not just dream about it.
Because dreaming is easy, right? Doing is the hard part.
Very hard part.
Okay, before we jump in, if you are new here, hello, welcome. We're so glad you found us. This podcast is made for people who are learning English and want to practice through real, natural conversations.
No textbooks, no boring grammar lessons, just two people talking about real life in simple, clear English.
And if you enjoy this episode, please subscribe to Mr. English Podcast. Share it with a friend who is also learning English or anyone who has ever stared at the ceiling on a Monday morning.
That's basically everyone.
Basically everyone. Okay, let's get into it.
So, Emma, let me start with something that happened to me, something real.
Oh, I love when you share real things. Go ahead.
So, about 4 years ago, I had a job, a good job, stable job, the kind your parents tell you to be grateful for.
The kind with health insurance and a parking spot.
Exactly. I had the parking spot, Emma. That's supposed to mean you made it.
The parking spot is the symbol of success, apparently.
And I was miserable. Not in a dramatic way, not crying at my desk kind of miserable, just flat. Like every day felt the same, like I was doing the motions, but nothing inside was moving.
That's such a good way to describe it. Doing the motions, but nothing inside is moving.
And I kept telling myself, you're being dramatic. Lots of people have jobs they don't love. Just be grateful. You have a parking spot.
Back to the parking spot.
But that feeling kept coming back. Every Sunday evening, like clockwork, this heavy, dull feeling in my chest. And I didn't know what it meant at the time. I just knew something was off.
And what did you do about it?
Honestly, at first, nothing. I ignored it for a really long time.
Which I think most people do.
Most people do, because it's easier to ignore than to face. Because facing it means asking big questions, and big questions are scary.
They are, and I think that's why so many people stay stuck. Not because they're lazy or they don't care, but because the question, what is my purpose, feels so huge and so heavy.
Like the answer should come in a lightning bolt.
Exactly. Like one day you're walking down the street and suddenly the sky opens up and a voice says, James, you are meant to be a documentary filmmaker.
That hasn't happened to me yet, by the way.
Give it time.
But that's what people expect, right? Purpose feels like it should be this dramatic, obvious moment.
And when it doesn't arrive like that, people think, maybe I just don't have one. Maybe I'm one of those people without a purpose.
Which is not true. Not true at all.
No, everybody has something that matters to them. The question is how to find it.
Okay, so let's actually talk about this. What is purpose really, in simple words?
Okay, simple words. Purpose is the reason you feel good about getting out of bed. It's what makes you feel like your time on this earth means something.
That's a good definition.
But here's what I want to say clearly. Purpose does not have to be huge. It doesn't have to change the world. It doesn't have to be on the cover of a magazine.
It doesn't have to involve a TED Talk.
You do not need a TED Talk. Purpose can be small and still completely real.
Can you give an example?
Sure. My neighbor, her name is Carol. Carol is in her 60s. She spent 30 years working as a school librarian, just helping kids find books, helping them get excited about reading.
That sounds nice.
And when she retired, do you know what she did? She started a little reading club in her living room every Saturday for kids in the neighborhood who don't have books at home.
Oh, wow.
She's not famous, she doesn't have a website, but you should see her face on Saturday mornings, James. She's lit up, completely alive.
That's purpose.
That's purpose. Quiet, simple, but completely real. And when she told me about it, she said something I'll never forget. She said, I don't know if I changed the world, but I know I changed Tuesday for a few kids, and that's enough for me.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Right? So purpose is not always loud. Sometimes it's very, very quiet, but you can feel it.
So the first mistake people make is thinking purpose has to be big.
Yes. What's the second mistake?
Waiting. Just waiting for it to show up.
Oh, yes, the waiting problem.
I did this. I waited. I thought if I just sit here long enough and think hard enough, the answer will come to me.
And did it?
No. I just got really good at sitting and thinking.
That's a skill, at least.
A useless one. Because here's what I learned, and this was hard for me to accept. Purpose doesn't come before you start moving. It comes while you're going.
You have to try things. You have to do things, and then you start to notice what feels right and what feels wrong.
It's like walking in a dark room.
Exactly.
You can't see the whole room from the door, but if you take one step, your eyes adjust a little. Then another step, you can see a little more, but you have to move.
You have to move first. And this is hard because most people want the full picture before they take the first step.
Because taking a step feels risky.
It does, but staying still is also a risk. It's just a quieter one.
A very quiet, very slow kind of risk. Okay, so let me share something from my own life now, because I think it connects to what you're saying.
Please. When I was 23, I tried about 6 different things. I tried working at a coffee shop. I tried selling handmade jewelry online. I tried being a fitness instructor for exactly 2 months.
A fitness instructor?
I know. Do not picture it. It was not pretty. I had 0 rhythm and I kept calling out the wrong leg.
Left leg, everyone.
The other left leg. But here's the thing. Every single one of those experiences taught me something about myself, even the failed ones. Maybe especially the failed ones.
Like what?
The coffee shop taught me I genuinely enjoy talking to people, like really enjoy it, not just being polite. I actually liked hearing people's stories while they waited for their coffee.
That is a clue.
That is a clue. The fitness instructor thing taught me I do not like being in front of people when I do not feel confident in what I'm doing. I freeze up. I need to know my stuff before I can talk about it.
Also a clue, a different kind.
A very different kind. And the jewelry thing taught me I love making things with my hands. I love creating something from nothing. I just did not love the selling part.
So all those experiences built a picture.
Slowly, like a puzzle, one piece at a time.
And when did you start to see the full picture?
Honestly, not for a couple more years. But looking back now, all those pieces fit together, and I can see the pattern clearly. I just couldn't see it while I was in the middle of it.
That is such an important thing. Sometimes you can only see the pattern when you look back.
Yes, which means you have to trust the process, even when the process looks like a mess.
Or like calling out the wrong leg in a fitness class.
Especially then.
Okay, so let's get practical, because I think our listeners want some real steps. Things you can actually do this week. Not big things, small things.
Good. Let's do that.
Step 1, pay attention to what makes you forget the time.
Oh, I love this one.
Because most people have experienced this at least once. You're doing something, and suddenly you look up and an hour has passed, or 2 hours, and it didn't feel like 2 hours.
Because you were completely in it.
Completely in it, focused, enjoying it. That feeling has a name. Some people call it flow, but for our listeners, let's just say it's the feeling when time disappears.
And it happens to different people with different things. For some people, it happens when they're cooking. For others, it's writing, drawing, fixing something, organizing, helping someone understand a difficult thing.
For me, it happens when I'm telling stories. Like even now, I start talking and I lose complete track of time.
Yes, I know. Sometimes I have to gently remind you we have a time limit.
Gently, very gently.
So step one is to notice, just notice, what were you doing the last time you forgot the time? Think about it. Write it down. That's your first clue.
Step 2, notice what makes you feel heavy.
The opposite side.
Yes, because purpose is also about knowing what drains you, what makes every minute feel like an hour, what makes you feel empty after doing it.
Not everything that's hard is draining. Some hard things feel good after you do them.
True, like going to the gym is hard, but after you usually feel good.
You feel stronger, better.
But some things are hard and also drain you, and those are the things to notice. Because if something consistently makes you feel empty, that's information about what's wrong for you.
And knowing what's wrong for you helps you move toward what's right.
Exactly. So step 2 is to write down what makes you feel heavy, drained, or empty. Not just once, but the things that always feel that way.
Step 3 is ask the people who know you well.
Oh, this one surprised me when I first tried it.
Right? So sometimes the people around us see things we can't see in ourselves. They notice what lights us up. They notice when we talk about something and our whole face changes.
Because we're too close to ourselves.
We're too close. We can't see it, but they can. So Emma's step 3 is simple. Ask someone who knows you well, when do you think I look happiest? Or what do you notice I talk about with the most energy?
And actually listen to the answer.
And actually listen. Don't argue. Don't say, no, that's not true. Just listen and let it sit for a while.
I did this once. I asked my older sister, and she said, James, every time you explain something to someone, even something simple, like how to use an app or how to cook something, you get this look on your face like you just won a prize.
Really?
I had no idea. I had never noticed, but she was right. I love explaining things. I love when something clicks for someone because I helped them understand it.
And look where you ended up, making a podcast to help people learn English.
Right? My sister saw it before I did.
That's the power of asking. Sometimes the answer to your purpose is sitting in someone else's observations of you.
Step 4 is one I think is very underrated.
What is it?
Stop waiting until you feel ready.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Because here's the truth. You will never feel completely ready. There's no moment where everything lines up perfectly and a soft light shines on you and a gentle voice says, now you are ready, go.
That moment doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, and waiting for it means you wait forever. I know people who've been waiting to start their thing for years, and every year they say, maybe next year when things are more stable, or when the kids are older, or when I have more money, or when I know more.
And next year comes and a new reason appears.
Always. There's always a new reason.
I had a friend in college. Her name was Sophie. Sophie wanted to be a photographer. She talked about it constantly. She had ideas, she had a vision, she was genuinely talented. But she never posted her photos, never showed anyone.
Why not?
Because she kept saying they weren't good enough yet. She needed a better camera. She needed to take one more course. She needed more time to practice.
And then?
And then 10 years went by, and she still hasn't shared her photos with anyone. She still says, soon, almost ready.
That's heartbreaking.
It is, because she's talented, and the world hasn't seen it because she's still waiting to feel ready.
So step 4 is just start. In whatever small way you can, start. Don't wait for perfect. Perfect is the enemy of started.
I love that. Perfect is the enemy of started.
Okay, step 5. And this one is about the hard part. Actually making it happen in real life. Not just finding your purpose, but navigating toward it.
Yes, because a lot of people find something that feels meaningful, and then they think, great, now what? How do I actually get there?
And the answer is not quit everything today and follow your dream.
That is what movies show you.
Big dramatic moment, quit your job, walk out, inspirational music plays.
And then what? You still need to eat.
You still need to eat. Bills, remember? Very punctual.
Very punctual indeed. So the real answer is build a bridge. You do not jump from where you are now to where you want to be. You build a bridge one small step at a time.
And you can keep your current life while you build.
Exactly. You do not have to burn everything down to move forward.
My cousin did this. He worked in accounting for 7 years, and slowly he realized his real love was cooking. Not just eating, but actually cooking, creating recipes, making food for people.
How did he get from accounting to cooking?
Slowly. He started by cooking for friends on weekends. Then he started a small food blog. Nothing big, just writing about what he cooked and sharing photos.
And people liked it?
A few people, slowly more people. Then he started doing small cooking events on Saturday evenings. Just 20 people in a community center. He charged a small fee.
He was building.
Building, brick by brick, all while still going to his accounting job Monday through Friday.
And where is he now?
He runs a small catering business. Not a huge company, but it's his. He works for himself, he does what he loves, and he is the happiest I have ever seen him.
And it took time.
It took 4 years. 4 years of both things at once. 4 years of tired evenings and busy weekends. But he built the bridge while he was still standing on the old side.
That is the real story, not the dramatic quit your job movie moment. The real story is quiet and slow and filled with tired weekends.
And worth it.
I want to talk about something that does not get discussed enough. What happens when you start moving toward your purpose and it's hard and scary and you want to stop?
Because that happens to everyone.
To everyone, without exception. And a lot of people think, if this is really my purpose, it should feel easy. It should flow naturally.
And when it gets hard, they think, maybe this is a sign it's not for me.
Exactly. And they stop. And that's such a painful mistake.
Because hard doesn't mean wrong.
Hard does not mean wrong. Hard can also mean you're growing. Hard can mean you're doing something that matters enough to challenge you.
So how do you know the difference? How do you know if the hard is the good kind or the bad kind?
Good question. I think there's a simple test. After you push through the hard part, how do you feel?
If you feel proud, stronger, more alive, that's usually the good hard.
And if you feel more empty, more flat, more like you lost something of yourself, that might be a sign to reconsider.
Not every hard thing is worth pushing through.
No, but the things that are connected to your purpose, usually the hard makes you stronger, not weaker.
I remember it when I started this podcast. The first 10 episodes were so uncomfortable. I hated hearing my own voice. I kept thinking, why would anyone listen to me?
I remember you said that to me. You literally said, Emma, I think I have a podcast voice that makes people want to nap.
I genuinely believed that for a while.
And now, look, people listen, people share the episodes, people write to us and say, this helped me.
And the hard in the beginning was absolutely the good kind of hard, because pushing through it brought me here.
To the place that actually feels right.
Let's also talk about something practical, because I know some of our listeners are in different situations. Some are students, some are working jobs they don't love, some have families to take care of, some have very little free time.
Real life situations.
And I want to be honest, finding your purpose is easier to talk about than actually do when life is already full and hard.
That's real.
So for those listeners, I want to say this. You don't need big chunks of time. You need small, consistent efforts.
Small and consistent beats big and occasional every single time.
15 minutes a day of working towards something you care about is more powerful than waiting for the perfect free weekend that never comes.
Because those weekends never come.
They never come. Life always fills them. So you protect small pockets of time. 15 minutes in the morning before anyone else wakes up. 20 minutes during lunch. 30 minutes before you go to sleep.
And you use that time for your thing. Not for scrolling, not for something passive. For the actual thing you're building toward.
Small and consistent.
Small and consistent. I honestly wish someone had told me this 10 years earlier.
Same. We were both out here waiting for big free weekends that were never going to arrive.
Okay, James, I want to ask you something personal because I think our listeners will relate.
Sure, go ahead.
I want to know, was there a moment when you stopped doubting? A moment when you actually believed this is the right direction for me?
Yes. There was one very specific moment. It was about 2 years ago. We had just put out an episode. I think it was about everyday English conversations, and I got a message from a listener, a woman named Priya from California.
I remember her message.
She wrote and said, "I've been afraid to speak English at work for 3 years. I understood things, but I never spoke. After listening to your podcast for 2 months, I spoke up in a meeting for the first time. My coworkers smiled. My manager said, 'Great point, Priya.' She said, 'I cried in the bathroom after because I was so happy.'
I still think about that message.
I cried too, at my desk, not in the bathroom, right at my desk. And in that moment, all the doubt disappeared. Not because I became famous, not because I made a lot of money, but because something I made with care actually mattered to a real person in a real way."
That's alignment.
That's the deepest kind of alignment. What you do meets what someone else needed. And suddenly, it's bigger than just you.
That's what purpose feels like when you finally find it. You stop asking, is this right? Because you can feel that it is.
I also want to say something to the listeners who are really early in this process, who don't have a clue yet, not even a small clue.
Because some people are at step 0.
And step 0 is completely okay. Step 0 just means you haven't started collecting clues yet.
And the way you start collecting clues is by paying attention. Really paying attention to your own life, your own feelings, your own reactions.
Because the clues are already there. You are just not trained to notice them yet.
Purpose is not hidden in some faraway place. It is usually very close, in the things you already do, the things you already love, the things you already care about. You just have not connected the dots yet.
So for our listeners at step 0, your homework is simply this. For the next 7 days, pay attention to your own life. Notice when you feel good. Notice when you feel drained. Notice what you talk about with energy. Notice what makes you forget the time.
Write it down. Even 3 words. Just write it.
And at the end of 7 days, look at what you wrote. The pattern will start to appear.
It always does.
Always.
I want to add one more thing before we wrap up, because I think it is really important and nobody says it enough.
What is that?
Give yourself permission to change direction.
Oh, yes.
Because sometimes people find something, they pursue it, they work hard at it, and then after a few years they realize, this is not quite right anymore. This was right for who I was then, but I have grown, and now something else feels more true.
And they feel like they failed.
They feel like they wasted time or made the wrong choice. But changing direction is not failure. It is evidence that you are growing.
A tree does not grow straight up forever. It bends. It reaches toward the light, sometimes in new directions.
That is beautiful. I'm going to remember that. A tree does not grow straight up forever.
I have my moments.
You do. And the point is, if your purpose shifts or evolves, that's okay. It means you are alive and growing. The only real failure is stopping completely. Stopping and saying, there is nothing for me. That is the only one that hurts.
Everything else is just the journey. Okay, let's pull everything together. A quick summary for our listeners.
Yes, because some of our listeners take notes, and we love you for that.
We do. So here are the key things from today.
1. Purpose does not have to be big. It can be simple and quiet and still completely real.
2. Purpose does not arrive before you start. It shows up while you're moving, so move first.
3. Try things. Collect clues. Every experience tells you something about yourself, even the ones that go wrong.
4. Ask the people who know you well. They often see what you cannot see in yourself.
5. Don't wait to feel ready. Start before you feel ready, because the ready feeling comes from doing, not from waiting.
6. Build a bridge. You don't have to quit everything. You can keep your current life while slowly building toward what matters.
7. Small and consistent efforts beat waiting for a big, perfect moment.
8. Hard does not mean wrong. Sometimes hard means you are growing towards something real.
And 9. Give yourself permission to change direction. Growth means your direction might shift, and that's completely okay.
9 steps. All of them simple, none of them easy.
But all of them worth it.
Before we close, we have one question for you today, and we really truly want to hear your answer.
Yes, this one is personal.
What is one thing that makes you forget the time? One thing you do where suddenly 2 hours have passed and it felt like 10 minutes.
It could be anything. Cooking, writing, talking with someone, drawing, playing with your kids, fixing something broken, organizing a space. Anything.
Tell us in the comments below, because your answer is your first clue and we want to hear it.
Also, tell us where you are in this journey. Are you at step 0, just starting to think about it? Or are you in the middle, already building your bridge?
Every answer is welcome. Every stage is valid. We're all figuring this out together.
And if today's episode helped you in any way, even just a little, please share it. Send it to a friend who's learning English. Send it to someone who has been stuck. Send it to someone who you think needs to hear that their purpose is closer than they think.
You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. And please subscribe to Mr. English Podcast so you never miss an episode.
We come here every week with a new, real conversation in simple, clear English. Because we believe learning English should feel like a real conversation, not a homework assignment.
And we're building something here, a community of people who are learning, growing, and moving forward together.
Together. Okay, one last thought before we go.
Make it a good one.
You don't need to have everything figured out to start. You just need to be willing to pay attention to your own life. The answers are already there, quietly waiting for you to notice them.
I love that. The answers are quietly waiting for you to notice them.
Stop waiting for lightning and start listening to the quiet.
That's the one. That's the one we're ending on.
Thank you all so much for spending this time with us. It genuinely means everything to us that you are here.
Take care of yourself this week. Notice the clues. Move even just one small step forward.
And we'll see you right back here next week on Mr. English Podcast.
Bye for now. Stay curious. Stay moving.
And remember, you're closer than you think.